Do you ever watch certain movies that give you anxiety and make you scream at the TV? Well, Fall 22 is one of them. Today I'll be explaining the movie Fall. So, after Becky's husband Dan falls to his death, Becky falls into a deep depression. She starts to drink all the time and avoids her dad. Almost 1 year later, after Dan's death, Becky's friend Hunter peer pressures her into going on a road trip to climb a 2,000-foot abandoned tower. Yeah, that's freaking crazy. Anyways, Becky hesitates but decides she can scatter Dan's remains on the top of the tower. So they head out on their adventure. By the way, Hunter is a social media influencer, which is the main reason she wants to climb the tower, to show off to her 20,000 followers. Anyways, as they approach the old tower, they have to walk pretty far to get there, and they also see a vulture eating an animal, and for some reason Hunter takes a photo of the dying animal and posts it online for her followers. I'm starting to dislike Hunter. Anyways, as the two friends climb the tall tower, Becky begins to cry and wants to turn around, but once again Hunter is a bad friend and peer pressures her to keep going. As they get to the very top, some screws loosen up on the ladder, but that doesn't stop them. Once they get to the top of the tower, Hunter decides to take some selfies of her hanging on the edge. Becky also scatters the remains of Dan. So this is where I start to get anxious. As Becky is going down the ladder, the screws fall out and she falls back along with the entire ladder. Her backpack also falls onto one of the antennas. Luckily, she's connected to Hunter, so her friend pulls her back up. But now they're both stranded on an abandoned tower in the middle of nowhere with no cell service. Realizing their water is in Becky's bag, Hunter drops herself down to the big antenna and retrieves the bag. As she goes back up, she falls back. Becky fears for the worst as she peeks over the ledge. By surprise, Hunter is still alive but hurt her hands, so Becky has to pull her back up. With the remaining strength she has left, she pulls her friend back up to safety. And another thing that pisses me off is that they don't tell their other friends or family members where they're going. Like, every time I go to a creepy place, like, in the middle of nowhere, or just go hiking out in the woods or something, I always text somebody and share my location, just in case something would ever happen to me. But anyways, girls are slowly losing hope when all of a sudden a man on his phone and a dog approach the tower. Hunter throws her shoe to the ground and gets the dog's attention, but unfortunately the man doesn't notice and they end up walking away. So on the tower, they discover binoculars and a flare gun. Through the binoculars, they see an old trailer. They decided once it gets dark, they would shoot the flare. Once it's dark, they see two men come out of the trailer, giving them the perfect time to shoot the flare gun. The men see the flare and come toward the tower, but instead of helping the girls, they literally steal Hunter's car. Like, that freaking pissed me off so much. Anyways, the next day they attempt to send an SOS message to Hunter's followers. When the message didn't go through, they tossed the phone into her shoe and patted it up to protect the phone. Hunter tosses her phone over the tower, hoping to get service once the phone reaches the ground. Once again, the girls are out of luck when the phone shatters. Still stranded on the tower, Becky finds out that her husband had been cheating on her with her best friend, Hunter. I knew I didn't like that girl. She not only got them stranded in a tower in the middle of nowhere, she also was sleeping with her husband. Damn. So Becky gets an idea to charge their drone through the light on top of the tower. As she was doing that, a vulture kept biting at her wound and trying to attack her. Finally, the drone was charged, but she unfortunately dropped her bag, and for some reason, Hunter let it drop. Becky climbs down the ledge. They write an SOS note and attach it to the drone. She tries to fly it back to the motel where they were staying, but it ends up getting hit by a semi, of course. Slowly, Becky is getting weak and losing hope. She asks Hunter for her other shoe, but Hunter says, "My shoe isn't here, it's down there, and you know that." Confused, Becky looks down and sees Hunter's body on the antenna. Plot twist, Hunter was actually dead. Becky was just pretending she was alive so she didn't feel so alone up there. That's why Hunter never drank the water or couldn't grab the bag, because she wasn't really there. Just a side note, I think I got some of the timeline mixed up because it's been a few days since I saw the movie in theaters. Hunter did sleep with Becky's husband. All that was true. She said all of this to Becky before she fell onto the antenna and died. I just got the timeline mixed up in the movie. Anyways, Becky is close to starving to death when she sees a vulture coming toward her. She ends up killing and eating the vulture to give her enough energy. Afterwards, she types out a text to her dad saying that she was stranded on the radio tower and needed help. Since there was no service, she climbs down to the antenna where Hunter's body was. She says her final goodbye to Hunter and she shoves the phone into Hunter's wound and pushes her off the tower, which was pretty disgusting. Luckily, the message went through and her dad was able to send help and rescue Becky, and that was the end of the movie. But comment down below what you thought about this film. I kind of liked it. I mean, the plot twist kind of pissed me off because since the producers of 47 Meters Down actually produced this movie also, it was kind of a similar plot twist to 47 Meters Down, and it just kind of pissed me off. Like, I thought maybe they would think of something more original or a little bit better than that plot twist, but whatever. But anyways, share this video, subscribe if you like this type of content, and comment down below what video you want me to do next, and I will see you next time. Bye!